Afternoon, everyone. We are going to go ahead and get started. So I'm going to just do a self-introduction. My name is Madhuri Hegde. I am at the Emory University School of Medicine. I am a clinical laboratory director at the Emory Genetics Laboratory. We have two talks in this session. First, I'm going to go, and then Dr. Kingsmore. He will follow after my talk. So I'm going to be talking about carrier detection using digital PCR and resequencing array. First is just an introduction for those of you who don't know Emory Genetics. We are within the Department of Human Genetics, and we are a not-for-profit clinical testing laboratory. We are a comprehensive lab. We have biochemical genetics, cytogenetics, and molecular genetics. But also as a part of our metabolic component, we have clinical genetics and nutrition genetics as well. So basically looking at the structure of the DNA lab and how the clinical molecular labs have evolved over the past 5 years or so, our lab is essentially divided into several sections. And what I'm going to be talking about mainly is the expansion of the Jewish panel to recessive diseases, and also do some justification about our platform from next-gen sequencing in comparison to the platform we have chosen for Jewish panel and the recessive diseases. We are using next-gen sequencing in the clinical laboratory. We offer 3 clinical panels: X-linked intellectual disability, muscular dystrophies, and congenital disorders of glycosylation. But we are not doing the recessive diseases using the next-gen sequencing, and I'll show you why. So basically the overview of my talk, I'm going to be talking about the carrier screening and the current recommendations. What are the current test offerings in most of the labs in the US right now. We'll talk a little bit about the technology, how we selected our mutations, the counseling and educational support we are giving as a part of this testing itself, and some of the results we have to date. So if we look at the current recommendations from the American College of Medical Genetics, ACMG actually recommends CF and SMA screening for all couples, and a panel of 9 diseases is recommended for the Ashkenazi Jewish heritage. Other common screening diseases which are included is the sickle cell disease. You have beta thalassemia also included in individuals of the African and the Mediterranean descent. Currently, most general population or ethnicity-based carrier testing is performed in a single disorder at a time, or some panels are available. But it has been obvious over the past 5 years or so that this is quickly becoming a necessary test to look at a lot of mutations at the same time, but it can also be cost prohibitive. So these are the diseases which are currently included in the Ashkenazi Jewish panel, and then there are some additional which have been subsequently added, which include MSUD, and then you have the Usher syndrome, you have the glycogen storage disease, the Nemelin myopathy, and the Joubert syndrome, which was reported in the last 2 years. There is a common mutation in the Ashkenazi Jewish population. So when we have been doing the AJ panel for about 6 years now, and we were using older technology, and these were the mutations we were doing in that panel. And each mutation was essentially done in a separate reaction, and we wanted to expand this out and see how we can include more mutations, but make it also cost effective.